Hey everybody, Augie here. Welcome back to another session of Arcade Spirits. So in the last time, we got our butts kicked, financially, and I don't know how you say job security, but so we had our own little revelations on stuff, and so let's go ahead. Let's pick up where we left off. We were with all our friends. We were starting to think, hey, okay, so yes, the old business just got bought out, or, you know, for pennies. Let's, can we do something about this? And so I think I'm close to the end of chapter 6. That being said, I know there's 2 more chapters, but again, they could be very long as well, so... Okay, yeah, this is it. The next few decisions are going to be critical in shaping the future that I have in my mind's eye. I'm going to need to choose carefully, no takesy-backsies. That was always the thing I did when I was a quizmaster. I was like, yes, you can use your joker to double your points, but no takesy-backsies. Iris is looking for spaces that we can use, but we're going to need money, and arcades are sturdy risks. I could always respond to one of the many Nigerian princes emailing me with amazing offers, but I'm thinking more traditional funding is safer. The way I see it, there are 4 people here who could foot the bill to get us off of the ground. Hamza, you've got a tangled web of connections in the industry, access to games and plenty of cash, and a freewheeling whimsy to spend it.
Hamza must consider this.
Hamza is a man of resources indeed. Percy, you have been building a charity war chest for when you pass. I know an arcade isn't a sound investment and is hardly a charity, but you promised Mr. Moopy would always have a home. If I can restore that home, I am game, love. Ben and Matt, you two know how to run a small business. You've got invaluable knowledge and resources that we could draw from if you're willing to dip a toe in this industry. We have been looking to get for new horizons to conquer, new lands to explore.
There will be caveats, terms, conditions, exemptions.
Well, yeah. I think it's like they know the ins and outs of on the business side.
Rules, guidelines, best practices, worst practices. That's not a thing. Oh.
Hamza would likewise have conditions.
Well, yeah, everybody. Of course, this is not gonna be like.
As would I.
Yeah, of course, Percy. Understandable, of course. Let me hear your thoughts, and I'll decide. Decision 1: funding and direction. In order for me to back your play, Hamza would require you to strike at the very heart of Dekonami's empire and open a family restaurant alongside your arcade. Take from him and the very business that he adores so very much, okay? We don't know the first thing about running a restaurant. Thankfully, your business partner does. I own several restaurants. I would provide staffing and resources. That seems good.
No risk, no reward.
No risk. Now, this is a risky play, but if it succeeds, the rewards shall be tremendous. Actually, that's similar to what Matt and I had in mind. Yes, but rather than a restaurant, well, we'd like to open up arcade. I've always wanted to run a bar. I'd raise a glass to that idea. After all, sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came. Now, it wouldn't be as large scale as a family restaurant. It would be safer. Not quite as profitable, but still quite tidy. And Percy? Honestly, I'd prefer if you simply ran a video arcade and nothing more. Adding on extras seems like a recipe for failure. We know how to operate a simple, small-scale arcade, so why not just stick with our strengths? I'll grant it has lower ceiling for success than the others. It's just an arcade, and it won't pull in anybody looking for more. It's a low-risk, low-reward situation, but I would say that would be my condition, is that we need to stick to basics. Okay, so go for the big gamble, the big money with Hamza. Make it a whole family restaurant of things. make it a cozy little barcade like Matt and Ben want. Or, I mean, an arcade works. As we've seen, an arcade just by itself is going to be successful. And so then it becomes a question of, how do we want to do this? This decision is going to affect the entire direction of the new venture. Oh, I must say, I think that a good spot then. I think I'm not going, let's see here. I feel like trying to mimic Deco is not what we want here, because we don't want to be just another same kind of thing. I mean, I like Hamza's ambition, of course, but I don't think it's in the right direction. Now, of course, Percy's guy made a point. He's like, we're just gonna make it the best video arcade, but I don't want him. I don't want to use his money. I don't. I'm leaning towards Ben and Matt's. I mean, I don't know if one of these is really better than the other. Again, Percy is definitely the safest route, but at the same time, I don't want him to spend his money. So, I think a barcade would be the best in this situation. I'm gonna go with Ben and Matt. Who doesn't getting their drink on like Donkey Kong? No. Alright, let's open a barcade. Smashing! We'll take care of the bar side of things. And you can do what you do best, wrinkling games. Hamza admits to disappointment, but cannot defy your iron will. I'm not sure Moopy is a fine fit for a barcade, but barcades do bring in nostalgic adult players. Certainly some of them will rediscover Moopy and fall in love again. Alright, so it's definitely not everybody's cup of tea, literally, but... Alright, let's go for that. Okay, second thing we need to do is talk about the sort of games. The Funplex did a little bit of everything, and we will too. We want to include all gamers. But we can also highlight one style of play or another. Really provide best in-class gaming for a specific audience. Game focus. Okay. Retro! It's gotta be all retro! You know I am capable of keeping those older games in tip-top shape. If we focused on retro games, we could serve an audience that Deco is completely ignoring. I would agree with Ms. Fairchild. Retro games are an untapped market. I grant it wouldn't pull in as much profit, but we know gamers seek them. We wouldn't have to make all the money, just enough to keep our pure and untainted dream afloat, and we can do that with a well-curated retro library. Or do you go with Teo and Queen Bee, who are like, modern?
No way.
Let's talk esports. They will draw money better than jamming a magnet up your ass and dragging you through Fort Knox. I don't think gold is magnetic. Plus, no, you don't... No, I don't want anything that heavy. No. Get a good couple fingers, more than one FOD, some race and dance games, and the kind of stuff where folks can compete head-to-head, and we're golden.
Absolutely.
I agree with Queen Bee. You can play retro games on emulators and consoles, but you can't duplicate the community experience of an arcade at home. I mean, but they just said they have all the stuff. If we had an esports focus, we could build something together which works as a second home for all sorts of gamers. Well, I think you know what I'm going to suggest. Redemption and game prizes. They will provide excellent profits. It is the core of Deco's business model, yes, but I think if we focused on those games, we can do them right. Nothing predatory, no scams, no rip-offs. And the truth is, most people enjoy them, from kids wanting to win the big prize to the wistful adults recapturing their childhood dreams of playing skee-ball on the boardwalk. They're simple to play, and they are fun. If they're done right, we can make meaningful memories for everyone. And prizes. Did I mention prizes? We can still stock the shelves with the coolest prizes around, better than Decos that fall apart 2 minutes after you grab them. Oof. Okay. Well, the thing is, the tickets doesn't fit with the barcade. If I was going with the family restaurant, I think Gavin and Ashley's argument would make more sense. So, that's not going to work with a barcade style, I don't think. So, I'm kind of down to these two already. Now, I am leaning towards the retro style, not mostly because of Naomi. Because I want her to have a job still, and obviously, you know, she'll definitely learn how to fix the new machines as well, but we've got to have a little bit of everything here. But I think, again, especially going for a style that is not being tapped right now, we'll have a different clientele, one that will appreciate being there. So I think a retro style makes sense in this case. Deco thinks that only new games make money. Let's prove him wrong and let's have the world's greatest retro arcade ever. Woohoo! I'll pick out the best games, don't worry. And I got a Percy point as well. Excellent, I'm looking forward to the project. I mean, everybody else has great ideas. Okay, there's money in games. Now, let's go beyond what we already had. Let's make this thing special. New projects. I want a defining feature for our arcade, one which will make it stand out, something that nobody else is doing, something that nobody's even thought of before. I mean, honestly, all ideas are on the table. If it was too outlandish for the Funplex, it's not for me. You know, show me what you got. Ooh, Juniper. Well, I mean, I'm not really a part of this, but you are my best friend and 100% part of this. I would not be here in this moment if not for you. What's your idea, Juniper? Branding. You know, I'm freelancing now, which means I could come on board as a personal brand manager. Be one heck of a consulting gig. An arcade needs stellar image management to stand out from the rest, like the event posters and stuff.
What if?
Ooh, what if we work together, Ashley? Ashley says, I was thinking of designing a new mascot costume anyway, but I could collaborate and coordinate with you, and it'll turn into the visuals for the rest of the arcade.
Yes.
It's a winning combination. Ashley and I can do great work together, and coming up with some really stellar branding and marketing. We'll stand out in a crowd. I do like that idea.
Maybe.
Well, I know exactly what I would want us to do. Streamer support. Assembling and packing away my streaming rig each day is ridiculous, and duct taping a webcam in front of a screen, it's a lousy hack. If I could just, like, you know, step up right to a game and, I don't know, swipe a card and be streaming with a direct feed in seconds, I can think of a dozen streamers who would just flock to our place to get a piece of that.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I know how we could do that. I could rig up a general purpose daughter board, as opposed to a motherboard, which plays, you know, man in the middle with the video feed, and works with an RFID reader to get the streamer's info, and ties into a central encoder on the Wi-Fi network. Yeah, we can make that happen, and without damaging any of the classic hardware. In English, please, I know software, not hardware. We stick a thingy in the thingy and everything works just fine. Naomi, I don't think you realize what you just said. I'm sure there's, you know, like legal and copyright issues to tackle, but we can do it. Let's be the world's first streaming arcade. That would be really cool. Percy? I was thinking, well, the reason why older games are considered a dead end is that they don't work in the ticket game ecosystem. Why not add ticket output to normal games? We could reward skilled players with prize tickets based on their high score or speed of completion. With the right balance, we can make the old games just as desirable as the new ones.
Perhaps.
As Naomi said, there may be legal hurdles, but I'm in favor of this idea. It's not that I love prize game, I find them boring, but you know I prefer pinball. But profit is the lifeblood of an arcade, and prize games are profitable. If we could get Moopy producing tickets, well, that's something that nobody's ever done before. As much as I'd love to do all three, I doubt that we'd have the money or the time. Let's focus on one project to launch our arcade with. Good branding, streamer support, or retrofit tickets. I honestly am leaning toward the branding on this one, because we're going to need to stand out from the crowd. I mean, the streaming service would be cool, but again, if that goes down, that's going to be a big issue. And then Percy and Gavin, I mean, ticket, but again, we're not focusing on, we're not going to be ticket heavy, so I'm going to go with Juniper and Ashley on this one. We need to stand out from the pack. That means strong graphic design and a cool mascot. I can't think of anyone better suited than Juniper and Ashley. You won't regret this. I've got ideas, and I will make the ultimate cosplay. My masterpiece, my Mona Lisa. Just you wait and see. Aw, thanks, Ash. One more thing. The name. Oh, no. Oh, no. Remember we had... Oh, man. Remember back when we had such a hard time coming up with Funplex Forever? If this is going to be my baby, my Dream Arcade, I've got a name already in mind. I'd like to welcome you all to... What's the name of the new arcade? 30 characters max. Arcade Spirits, hence the... And that makes sense because we're gonna be a barcade. That makes so much sense. But, oh... I mean, I can play around with this. I don't have to commit to Arcade Spirits. Oh, geez, I wasn't planning on thinking this much already today. Okay, so what do we call this? We call this the... I mean, Funplex 2.0. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to... I mean, it'd be nice to honor it for Francine, but... I mean, the Funplex is pretty awesome as a name, so... Well, let's see if we're gonna do a Cheers kind of thing with an arcade, mostly retro, but cool imagery and packaging, branding stuff, t-shirts. I could see stuff like that popping up. Ugh. What kind of a name do we want to do for this? Wow. I mean, I would like to do something. I mean, arcades. Okay. I mean, I don't know if I can come up with anything better than Arcade Spirits. That's like everything together already at once. And I don't want to sully the name of the game, but no, I gotta do something. Gotta figure out something here. So we're gonna do a barcade. What if I called it Funplex Forever? What if I literally use the same name? Just as an expansion of it. I mean, that's kind of a cop-out to use the same name twice. But I mean, so it would have been just to do Arcade Spirits as the name itself. I mean, that's so good! It's so good! Ghosts and goblets. Ghosts and goblets. Ooh! Ooh, Ghosts and Goblets. I kind of like that. Kind of like Ghosts and Goblins, and because it's got beer. You know, we have beer and wine and stuff. I don't love it, but I'm gonna go with Ghosts and Goblets for now. And hopefully something strikes my creativity. It said 30 characters. That is not 30 characters. I'm wondering if that's a conversion from the PC to this version. Ghosts and Goblets, okay. I'm wondering if that's a thing, like... Can I throw in... Ghosts and Goblets. And that's about as much as I can... Yeah, that's as much as I can throw in there. Great, okay. Okay, let's... Ghosts and Goblets. Ghosts and Goblets. I like it. I mean, it's not great. Arcade Spirits is still better. But at least, you know, I'm trying to put my little branding on it. You know what? It's just a video game. Let's go for it. Ghosts and Goblets. Ghosts and Goblets. That works. Ghosts and Goblets. Let's call it Ghosts and Goblets. Ghosts and Goblets. I like it. We can work with that. Let's hear it for Ghosts and Goblets. Our home lives again. How exciting. Fuck yeah. Queen Bee. 2019, yeah. A toast then. One by one, everyone raises their glasses. I fetch my room temperature drink, and I raise mine high in return. For those we've lost and those we have yet to meet, let's do this right. Together, we can accomplish anything. Let's get super drunk. Together, we can... I mean, that's the... I feel like that's the... I don't know if that's the steady one? No, this has got to be the hearty one. Oh, this is the steady one. Okay. I know that together we can accomplish anything. For Ghosts and Goblets and the future. For Ghosts and Goblets, says everyone at the same time. Yay, oh, I'm smiling. Yay. Losing everything, and then getting all back, and then some. It's been quite a week. But I can't rest now. I need to take charge of this project and my life in general. I have to do for them what Francine did for us. And that's okay, because I'm ready and willing. And this is our time. Okay. You've cleared level 6, so winner is you. Now let's see your scores. Alright. You are a gentle, sweet, compassionate soul. Very steady. I have lots of Ashley and Percy points. I need to bump up everybody else's as much as I can. Queen Bee and Teo, I didn't neglect them at all, but I didn't like any of their ideas. Also, you got a bunch of points. Woohoo! Shops in the volcano-devastated city of Pompeii bear the characteristics of a pizzeria. That's a neat, if depressing, pizza fact for you. They had something pizza-y. Do you want to save your game before proceeding to level 7? Yes. I mean, my guess is that it was just a bakery or something, but you never know.